Hey everybody, JokerFett back here with another video. Before I get started on this one, I just want to say thank you to everybody who came out and commented on my last video. It was really nice to see so many familiar faces down in the comments and to talk with you guys. So thank you for your support. And I felt inspired to do my next video on something that's just released today, and that is the Star Wars The Skywalker Saga 4K Blu-ray set. So at time of recording, I've had this in hand for less than an hour. It was dropped off not long ago. And I kind of wanted to talk about and give my impressions slash review. I'm very hesitant to use the term review because I do not consider myself a professional reviewer by any means, or even an amateur one. And this review slash impressions is not really going to cover the contents of the discs themselves or talk about the movies. Obviously, if you're watching my channel, chances are you're probably already a Star Wars fan, so I don't need to sell you on that. But more just talk about the overall package, what you get with it, and what I think of this presentation of the saga. So, as you can see, I've already taken this off, but it comes with this little disposable back read-up on what you actually get with the set. It shows you everything, shows pictures of everything that you get in it. The display collectible outer case, they call it, the collectible art book, the main draw obviously being the 27 discs, as well as an exclusive letter from Mark Hamill. So nice. I mean, this is mainly, you know, for somebody walking by in a Best Buy and picking it up and saying like, oh, this seems like something I'd want to buy. Obviously right now you cannot actually walk into a Best Buy due to the current circumstances of the world. But, you know, it's nice, but ultimately disposable, and I imagine if you're buying it, you're not going to keep this on the actual set. You want to display it without it, so we're going to move that to the side. And this gets us on to the actual case itself. So the exterior case, I think it's nice. You know, they could have gone one of two ways with the outer display of it. They could have gone like really visually dense and had like a representation of like all the main characters from all the films, and like have like each like part of this be like one of the 9 films of the saga. And you know, I'm sure that would have turned out great if that was the direction they decided to go into, but instead they chose to do a rather simple, almost minimalistic take on it, with just having a depiction of the first Death Star. It looks like a render from Rogue One. And then in very simple gray and white lettering, the Skywalker Saga, Star Wars. So I think it's nice. I think this is going to be a good looking display piece on anyone's shelf. It's certainly going to take a place on my bookshelf after I'm done talking about it. Yeah, so no real complaints about that. And then it opens in a kind of unique way. It splits here in the middle to reveal the actual art book itself. So let me take this out of here. Has a nice little ribbon there, so you don't have to try and jostle it out of the case too much. Now I will set aside this case for the time being, so we can get on to the actual art book. So when you first open the art book, this is where on this first page, which nice, I like that they went for this choice to show the iconic opening. You would be greeted with, first off, your little copy, your little packet for the digital codes for the films, which obviously I'm not going to show off here. And then, most importantly, I think, the letter from Mark Hamill that it mentions on the back. And it's a rather touching letter. I'll hold it right there. Hopefully the footage isn't reversed so you can actually read it. But essentially, I'm not going to read the whole thing. Mark is just reflecting on stuff you would expect in something like this, like if it was an introduction for a retrospective on the franchise, you know, saying how he, Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford, were not expecting it to be as big a hit they did, and it's had such an impact on the fans and on his life, and a little bit of reflection on Carrie Fisher, and just, it's a really sweet letter. You know, it's a nice read, and definitely something that I'm going to keep. I'm not going to throw it away. So it's nice. I just wish that there was more, I guess, of a place to actually keep it with the box set, because like I said, it is just laying inside on the first page of the set. So now we get to, I guess I'll just flip through it, and each film has its own 2-page spread featuring original concept art from the actual production of the film. And this is where we kind of get into my biggest complaint with this set. So obviously it is a very nice a visual treat flipping through here. Obviously you're not going to spend too much time flipping through it because there are, after all, a limited number of pages, but it's nice to flip to a page and just see, you know, this very large, ultra-wide, almost zoom in of some high-quality concept art from each film. However, I do think the choice to go with storing the discs in sleeves was a bad one. I've never been a fan of this kind of storage of discs when it comes to these kinds of sets. You see them a lot with these kind of large number of discs sets, such as, you know, like TV shows, like complete series box sets often do this as well, I've noticed, where they have them in these sleeves, which are very difficult to take the discs out of. Chances are, in removing the disc, you're going to get your finger on the bottom of it and smudge it. It's stuck in there a lot, so I'm always worried I'm going to be like scratching it or scraping it against the inside of the sleeve when I'm taking it out. And overall, it's just a really unpleasant experience taking your discs out of the sleeve. And especially, you know, a set like this where you'll want to be, you know, going and looking at the special features. Obviously, if you're buying it, you want to see, probably want to see all the films again in 4K. So that's my biggest complaint with this set, is I don't think it's a very accessible set, if that makes sense, in terms of actually getting the discs in and out. I would have much preferred a traditional, just regular like cases, or just, you know, some kind of plastic apparatus that held the discs, as opposed to these cardboard sleeves. So it's, yeah, like I said, very nice actual artwork and imagery. However, I think the sleeves leave something wanting. So, and then once you get through all the films and get to the bonus discs, it switches over to behind-the-scenes photographs, which I think is an equally great choice. And it has one for each film, with the exception of Rise of Skywalker, which has 2 photos on it. So yeah, overall, display-wise, I think this is a great set. However, when it comes to actual disc storage, I think that they made a poor choice going with the cardboard sleeves. Now, in terms of actually, like, should you spend the money on this set, if at the time of release you are looking to buy all of the films on 4K Blu-ray, then I think, yeah, it's an obvious choice, and more than that, it is an economical one. Each of the individual Saga films retails for $30 to get the 4K Blu-ray of, and this set is $250, so you do save $20 overall by buying the set as opposed to buying the individual films, and it does make for a nice display piece. In terms of the actual extras, like actual physical extras you get, obviously you don't get a lot. You're mainly buying it for the films, and to have a nice display piece to keep with your movie collection. So yeah, that's my overall thoughts and impressions on the Skywalker Saga 4K box set. Again, I think it's a good display piece, but also it made a poor choice with the disc storage that keeps it from being, I guess, a great set. And it's nice and compact enough that it should display nicely with your film collection or your Star Wars collection or anything that you want to do with that. So thank you guys for watching this shorter video on this box set, and stay tuned for more videos in the future. So until next time, may the Force be with you.